Week 5, game number 1 on the slate. I got the Las Vegas Raiders versus Chicago Bears. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I used to be an Oakland guy, but the Khalil Mack trade broke my heart. Now, instead of him heading back to Oakland, he'll be heading to Las Vegas with that defense. However, Derek Carr has been on a tear, and they've really been putting it together because they've been implementing more deep passes and shots down the field. If I got to make a decision, give me Chucky, give me Derek Carr, Darren Waller, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Game number 2 on the slate. I got the Cleveland Brownies versus the LA Chargers. Now, if you've been listening and paying attention, you know that I'm high on the Chargers. They've been putting it together on offense, defense, and a little special teams. Now, Cleveland, they've been trying to do what they need to do. The running game is always going to be critical. Defense is churning. However, I don't think Baker is going to have enough answers. Give me the Chargers for the W. Game number 3 on the slate, and it's popping off at 9:30 a.m. I got the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, my Falcons takes always gets me criticism. I get DMs whenever I say that these guys are going to lose. So, as the youngins say, my DMs are open because I got the Jets getting another W back-to-back. They did it to the Titans last week. Falcons, beware. Game number 4 on the slate. Green Bay Packers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals have been putting together an impressive campaign. They're getting the W's. They're 3-1. However, so is Green Bay. I got to make a decision, and when all the chips are pushed to the middle of the table, it's only right that I go with the discount double check. Give me Green Bay. Game number 5 on the slate. I got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions. Now, right now, the Minnesota Vikings are 10-point favorites, and I understand why. Detroit has been trying to put it together. They've been trying to make plays, but they just don't have enough. Give me Minnesota and that wide receiving core to go crazy, and my guy, the gunslinger, Kirk Cousins, for the W. Game number 6 on the slate. I got the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I've been really high on Denver, and I can admit that they haven't played the best teams in the NFL. However, with that defense and with touchdown Teddy putting it together, they're staying consistent and fighting each and every game. Last week, they lost, but Teddy got knocked out of the game. This week, Big Ben can't put chips on his arm right now. They still got to figure some things out, even though they have an outstanding defense. This will be a low-scoring game, and when it comes down to it, I need touchdown Teddy for the W. Game number 7 on the slate. I got the Miami Dolphins facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, when Jacoby Brissett got the start, he went out, fought hard against the Las Vegas Raiders, and made some impressive throws. Last week, Tom Brady went up to New England and fought hard for a W. Primarily, I'm going to blame the weather and also Mac Jones having an okay performance. If I had to choose between these two teams in this game, I got to put my chips on Tom Brady and the Bucs to get the W. Game number 8 on the slate. I got the New Orleans Saints versus the Washington football team. Now, if you know me, you know I'm rocking with famous Jameis all day, every day. This is another opportunity for him to improve on his campaign, get a couple touchdown passes, and get the W. However, Tanner Heineke and that defensive line isn't going to lay down. It'll be interesting to see, but in the end, give me Nola. Game number 9 on the slate. We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Carolina Panthers. Now, coming into the season, Philly is one of the teams that I circled that will win more games than the public believe they would. Right now, sitting at 1-3, everybody's checking out and writing them off. I'm not. If you look ahead to week 9 and look at the rest of the season, you'll see it's plenty of W's left. However, Carolina has been rolling 3-1, putting up a fight, great defensive play. In this game, although I want Philly to pull through, Carolina will get the W. And it's only right that I give y'all an upset of the week. I hate to do it. Demo, forgive me. Craig, forgive me. But Jacksonville has a lot of controversies going right now. Trevor Lawrence has been a winner in the past. Urban Meyer has been a winner in the past. And all the chips are against them. There's nothing better than the Tennessee Titans banged up team heading down to Jacksonville for a morale boost. Although I don't want to do it, I got to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars getting their first W of the season over the Tennessee Titans. Game number 11 on the slate. Come on, man. I ain't even trying to be disrespectful, man. Come on, man. Come on. Game number 12 on the slate. I got the New York G-Men versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now, last week, the Giants found offense out of nowhere and exploded to knock off New Orleans down in New Orleans. It was a great win, and Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones led the way. However, Dallas is one of the best teams in the NFL right now, offensively and defensively. I don't think this game will be close, and I think that Dallas will get a big-time win. Game number 13 on the slate. I got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now, right now, it depends on who you ask. Arizona may be considered the best team in the NFL. Kyler is rolling. The defense is playing up. They look really good. And a big-time W versus the Rams last week. San Fran got upset by the Seattle Seahawks last week, but Arizona's run defense is super suspect. I can see the potential of San Fran getting the upset. However, I'm going to choose the Arizona Cardinals to get another W and continue to climb. Game number 14 on the slate. I got the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Buffalo has been putting it together. After a slow start and the absence of Stephon Diggs, they've been slowly but surely getting back on track, and the defense has improved weekly. The Kansas City Chiefs, on the other hand, have been looking a little murky. Pat Mahomes hasn't really been looking like himself, and the defensive unit, they've been running into a few roadblocks. This week, these two teams square off against one another, and I'm sorry to say this, but I got to put chips on the upset and Buffalo getting it done. Last but not least, we got game number 15 on the slate, and it's the Baltimore Ravens versus the Indy Colts. Monday night showdown. Now, the Colts snuck by and got them a W last week down in Miami, and they're going to continue to try to build on this momentum. Carson Wentz, although banged up, is fighting for his life and his reputation. On the other side of the field, he'll be going against the MVP, Lamar Jackson. Now, for all of the naysayers, Lamar has been getting it done through the air, and they've gotten some crazy W's. I think that this week, they'll continue to build on that. They'll lean more on Latavius Murray to lead that backfield and get a W versus the Colts. That's it, B.